My name's Imi Houlahan and I am the dietitian behind Fruition Nutrition, and today we are cooking in the KADO Kitchen. Today we are making a nourishing salmon tray bake that has veggies, greens, quinoa and a delicious honey mustard dressing. So it's awesome when it comes to a lunch or a dinner meal, and it's also meal prep friendly, so time is definitely not a barrier here. When it comes to supporting the benefits of the hyperbaric oxygen therapy, or HBOT, we're really looking at inflammation and brain health. So this recipe is perfect because it's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, colour and fibre. Step number 1 is preheating the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Let's drizzle some olive oil on the bottom of your baking dish and then add our vegetables. Today we're using cauliflower, capsicum and onion. When it comes to increasing the diversity of your diet, capsicum is a great addition because it comes in 3 different colours. Let's add another drizzle of olive oil on top, season with salt and pepper or spices of choice. Any spices will do the trick, but today I've chosen smoked paprika, garlic powder and turmeric. And then toss to coat and ensure that all of the veggies are evenly spread out. I love these kind of tray bakes because they're perfect at the start of the week after you've just been to the grocery store and picked out your seasonal favourites, but they're also great at the end of the week when you're trying to use up what's left in the fridge. We want to make sure that all of the vegetables are evenly spread across the tray. Now they're going into the oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until they're nice and tender and golden. All right, let's have a check on our veggies. All right, they're looking pretty good, but just keep in mind that we're adding the salmon and then popping them back into the oven, so they don't need to be 100% just yet. This is arguably my favourite part of the recipe, and it's the delicious salmon fillets. Salmon is an amazing source of omega-3s, which are essential fatty acids. So that means that we can't produce them and we have to get it through diet or through supplements. To really enhance the flavour of this dish, I like to season a little bit more with some olive oil, salt and pepper. And finally, mainly for decorative purposes, I'm going to add some lemon slices on top of the salmon. This is looking really good, but now it's going back into the oven for about another 10 to 15 minutes or until the salmon flakes easily. Now that the salmon and veggies are cooking, now is the perfect time to make our dressing. You may be tempted to buy one from the store, but with these pantry staples, we can whip up a homemade dressing in no time. We'll start with 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. Now we'll add our 2 teaspoons of honey. And now to break up the sweetness of the honey, let's add a bit of lemon and about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. For a boost of flavour, we're going to add a pinch of salt and some cracked black pepper into the jar. And now to combine, you can either whisk it or pop the lid on and give it a nice old shake. So we've just pulled our tray out of the oven for the final time, and now let's assemble our dish with each element. This is looking fabulous. The veg is nice and golden and the salmon is cooked to perfection. Starting with our base, we're adding greens. This is a mixture of both spinach and kale. We're going to do a little bit of a layered technique with the dressing just so it covers all of the elements. I really like to mix this together just so the dressing coats each of the green leaves. For our complex carbohydrate sauce, today I'm using brown rice and quinoa. This is a blend and it's a really nice way to add a little bit of variety into your diet. The quinoa gives us an extra boost of fibre. Now it's time for the colourful roast veggies. When it comes to all the different colours in this dish, not only do they give us a great dose of antioxidants to support recovery and reduce oxidative stress, but they also just look amazing against the green of the leafy veg. Sometimes to add a little bit of a crunchy texture, I do like to include roasted chickpeas or pumpkin seeds as well. And finally, our delicious piece of salmon. This is our source of protein to make sure that we feel full and satisfied after this meal. Let's drizzle some extra dressing for good measure. And finally, I'm adding some fresh herbs, but you could also do sesame seeds as a nice finishing touch. And there you have it. This is a delicious salmon tray bake with greens, veggies, quinoa and a honey mustard dressing. And remember, the leftovers for this dish are awesome for an easy next day lunch. That is perfect. Oh.